Alright guys, Thunder Darkly here, otherwise you guys know me in RL as Laguna. So before I even get up my little stock predictions and whatnot, I just gotta talk a little pet peeve. I hate it when you're watching like a YouTube or some sort of prediction or whatever and they're like, well, this is previous support and resistance, so break above here and it'll go up, and break below this previous support resistance and go down. And it's like, well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course it can go up or down. All stocks can. I'm asking for you for your personal prediction. That's what I want to know. And not because I'm going to trade off it, because you shouldn't trade off other people's predictions. You should trade off your own prediction and look at others' predictions to see if it helps confirm your personal bias. But I just hate that shit. And they'll come out here acting like they're geniuses. Oh, here you go. You go up or down. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. But anyway, let's get in. After my little rant, let's get into it. All right, so this is PLTR. It's one of my favorite stocks to trade, actually. So what I see right now is you can see we're in this channel right here. And what I think is going to happen is that we're going to push to this channel, hit the 618 Fibonacci on this one, possibly break and go towards the larger Fibonacci, because you can see right here. Oh, I just got an alert to buy Meta. Okay, so a move up to the upside over here, okay? That's in the long run. You're going to see all of this retrace. However, that's not what I see happening right now. I see maybe move to here, possibly extend to $14. That's asking for a lot. And then I want to short it back down here, okay? But for this week, I'm looking for a move up towards 1130 with an extension to 1375, all right? Netflix had bad earnings, all right? And look what happened. It went up. And you would think that it would come crashing down, but it's not. And we have this gap right here to fill, okay? Especially this line right here. All right, so my initial target is 248 with a possible extension to go up even higher, okay? IBM, one of my personal favorite stocks to play. Now, look at this. It was in a really long downward trend, right? Slightly downward, right? And it broke to the upside. After it breaks, it returns to test it, and now we're going to see a really nice move back up. I talked about this last week. We're going to see a move towards 143. We might even break through and hit 151. This is a great trade in my opinion. A very good trade. All right. It's just timing of it. I don't know how long it's going to be. Usually that's like a month or so. NVDA. We already know Nancy Pelosi's husband purchased $5 million, which aka is her buying. And so we saw this run up after they purchased. Now it's going back down. They have that vote in the Senate. What I think is going to happen is that we're going to do something like this and target 215, 212, okay? Maybe go up to maybe even 220, hit this trend line, and then come crashing back down. All right, NVIDIA, great trade to the upside. Microsoft, look at this. All these charts look the same because they're gearing up to basically do the same thing. I may be wrong. Maybe they go down, but I think it's going to go up. All right, Microsoft, same thing. We have earnings coming in on the 26th, but I think it's after the close. So I expect this to do nothing until earnings, and then we're going to see something like this, possibly go up to 287. There'll be a lot of FOMO. Everybody's going to be buying. Psych, I'm going to go back down. Okay. But in the short term, I think it's going up. Google, what an awesome trade. I was talking about this yesterday. I think this has huge potential. Look at the size of this, right? Hey, look at the size of this. All right. I think it's going to go up towards 120. Just my personal opinion. All right. Amazon already broke this triangle, right? Kind of tested it and went down over here. I actually think that because Amazon's later on in the week, that we're going to see something like this. Okay. That's the target. We already hit this 125, which I have marked earlier. This is based on fib extension on this move right here. We hit it. We should be returning back down to test this resistance turn support. So I think Amazon is short to the downside from 122 to 116. Purchase for a move up to fill this gap right here. If you look at this gap right here, we got to fill this gap. That comes in at about 136 to 144. Tesla, you can see it's in this, was in this triangle, broke out, and I think it's actually forming this triangle, which is a bear flag to the upside, and it's going to catch a lot of people thinking that there's FOMO. All right, I think we're going to go back down towards 770 and then purchase, fill in this gap towards 855 with a possible extension towards 936. then everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, buying, either at this level right here, 860, or higher, 930. I want to be a seller for a move back down. Okay. Apple's been holding at this level for a long time to retest it. We have earnings later on in the week. That's 28th after the close. I think we're gonna go down. We're gonna reach the same resistance support line right here. All right, which is at 147. So short term, I'm short Apple to 147, possibly even 145, and then I want to buy for a massive move up towards 172. Snap. This is a sleeper. This is my little bullshit play. All right, you can see that this is it's at previous support right here. I think this is a great buy because it's so freaking low. I think it's out of the most social media companies, I think it's the one on the most downward trend, the least value, because TikTok is beating it, Facebook is holding, Instagram is holding, and I think Snapchat is dying. All right, dinosaurs like me who are 39 years old don't really use Snapchat. Okay, so I think it's dying. However, considering it's at support at 990, and most of the stocks I believe are going to be moving up this week to then go back down later on in August, I think we have a beautiful potential to go back towards 1349, 16, maybe even push to 21. Snapchat, lotto play. Love it. Meta. All right, I have Meta calls already. Should have waited, but I already in. I think what's going to happen is that most of the other stocks, like you saw, which was Amazon, Tesla, and I think it was Microsoft, all right, have already broken their triangle to the upside. All right, Meta hasn't. That's because it has earnings Wednesday after the close. So that's why I see potential for a nice purchase here. We can probably see this going down maybe a little bit more, and then we're going to buy. All right, my target is going to be 200 and 220 on Meta. SPY. I already have it, here. All right, we had this triangle, broke out, just like we were talking about all the other stocks. We had this triangle right here, broke out to the upside. We're going to retest it. So SPY in the short term, short towards 387, purchase long, I'm going to go up to 420. ES is just SPY futures. All right, same thing. You can see it's holding at this trend line. Might still move it down, break it. All right. KMB, this is Kimberly Clark. I was talking about this in the chat, and the reason why I'm saying that it has earnings tomorrow before the opening, which means you'd have to buy today on Monday. The reason why I'm saying to the long side, because it's a medical company. They make medical supplies like papers and whatnot, right? And so you would think during COVID times, it hasn't really been hurt as much as other companies. In fact, it should have made more money. And so I still think it's going to be strong. Monkeypox and shit out there. And the medical field is still booming. All right, so what I see here is we're going to break all the way up to 140, possibly break it, retest 146, and then come back down, okay? McDonald's. This is the one play that I think is very bearish, and I'll tell you why. They closed most of their stores in Russia, right? And now you might say on a political or whatever level, that's a good idea, right? But anytime you close stores, you're generating less revenue because you have less stores to generate revenue from, right? It's never a good size that you're downsizing because you don't have enough demand, A, or B, in this case, they did it for, war reasons. Who gives a shit whether it's war or whatever, right? At the end of the day, you had stores, you closed stores, so you're generating less revenue. And so I believe that we're going to see a massive push down for McDonald's down to 206, which is we have all of this support right here sitting at 206, okay? That's my opinion on that. Who knows, maybe it breaks to the upside, but then breaking to the upside would be all-time highs, and I don't see a reason for McDonald's after closing stores to be breaking above all-time highs. And so that's come, I'm leaning more towards a downside move. This might be a great put play, and it's, as you can see, it broke, but it barely broke, and it's kind of holding this resistance. Doesn't look good. A lot of chop. McDonald's, I believe, let's look at earnings right now. McDonald's is Tuesday before the open. You know what? Maybe instead of buying Kimberly Clark, the fuck? Maybe instead of buying Kimberly Clark, I'm going to buy McDonald's to the downside. I'm going to buy a put on McDonald's. That sounds a bit better. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that shit. But anyway, that's my place. Put out your shit out in the chat. Good luck to everybody. Not everybody can be 100% right. I might be wrong on every single chart. It's okay. I'm all right with that. Y'all have a good one.